A few weeks ago, we took a little ride to Santa Fe Springs, California to check out the Vance Hines headquarters. Vance Hines was founded in 1980 by Terry Vance and Byron Hines. The company's mission has been the same since day one, to make the bikes go faster on the racetrack and take those learnings to make impactful products for riders around the world. They have their in-house research and development department where their professional teams are constantly testing and improving their products.
So Terry Vance a while ago said the only way to be truly in control of your own destiny is if you have
Terry Vance is a 14-time motorcycle drag racing national champion who was inducted into the AMA Motorcycle Hall of Fame in 1999.
That's one of the huge differences with performance machine is like the testing process that they go through is super rigorous, because at the end of the day we're talking about people's safety. You know, ideally you want them to stop better, but you got to make sure it works properly. Hey, come on this way.
The company has been in Santa Fe Springs, California for over 40 years and has had nearly 200 employees.
So as I mentioned, this is the Vance Hines components right here. So this, if you ever need just like a heat shield or maybe a head pipe, there'll be a job that's pulled for this, and then ultimately it'll be assembled over here and then be packed to make a finished good so it's sellable. This is basically where it starts. And then from here, we have two machines that run, that cut everything down to size, all color coded, so it's super easy to pull. So this is our laser machine, so all the brackets, all the stuff that we make for displays will all be made right here on a flat sheet of laser. So it starts off right here, and then this can make up to 100 parts in an hour. So this looks like, you know the tabs on the heat shield where you put a hose clamp? It looks like it's cutting out a bunch of tabs, so that way we can go to the next department, be welded on, and then go from there. So then back during 2020, 2021, when it was almost impossible to get material, we took it upon ourselves to start making our own pipes right here. So we started off by doing stainless because you cannot get it anywhere.
Yeah.
So we said, you know what, we're gonna get flat sheets of stainless material. We'll roll it ourselves, which is what he's doing right there, and then we'll seam weld it. So it becomes its own round tube. Yeah, it's being welded and then it's going through one final process and then ready to go to the next department. We have press right here, so it'll bend it to whatever angle it needs to. So just right here to right here. So he's making heat shields right now. So it'll start off as this tube, and then he'll take it off, and then yeah. He's been here for 30 plus years.
a lot faster than hand.
Yep.
And more precise, huh?
Yeah. So yeah, that's one of the biggest things is that it's super precise every single time. So the fitment's always the same. Thank you, Gilbert. So this is technically the last week of the month, so they're making a strong push to be able to get as much as they can out the door. These are all the intakes. So it'll be shrink wrapped on this machine right here with all the hardware built inside, and then they'll eventually put them in this box and then go back to finished goods. And then that's where I communicate with our shipping team saying, I want you to ship this to Australia, Japan, US.
I was very impressed with how organized they are. They're able to maintain an efficient workflow in every department, and it really reflects in the company's dedication to maintaining high standards and great quality in every product they make.
Because Vance Hines initially started off as an import motorcycle company back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And it wasn't until like the mid-90s when we started focusing on Harley. And the concept of 270-degree heat shields really took off. Because before that, everyone had blue pipes. So we used our technology that we used for crotch rockets in Harleys, and people loved it. So we have stuff in here for Triumph, for BMW, because we do their aftermarket accessory line for certain models. This is what we call our Mazak area. It's named after all the CNC machines. So perfect example. So start off as a chunk of aluminum. Then it'll become this. So I think this is probably one of the coolest machines that we've recently gotten. So in the past, we would we would buy just the cone portion of this and then weld it onto the muffler body. So this machine allows us to shave it all off. If you feel it, it's all one piece.
Oh, okay, so you'd have to weld it.
Correct, yeah. Yeah, or an inlet. Yeah. So this allows us to keep it more durable, and plus you know less weld time because you just throw it in this machine, and it'll heat it up, and then as it heats it up, it starts shaving it and forming it. Just like have you ever done like clay pottery where like your shape it does the same exact thing to metal.
Yeah, actually.
Or seeing ghosts? Seeing ghosts? Yeah.
Try this.
I want to try.
So he looks like he's making big radius baffles. Yeah, for the big radius, being that they're unique and they're curved, so you'll put a piece of tube in there, and it has a bunch of like pokers that'll start punching out the holes. So you stick it in there, and it'll spin around in like 2 to 3 seconds, and it'll knock out all those holes in there. So he's punching out the holes on it, so that way it can physically line up in the pipe itself, and you can put a bolt in there. So here's our second building. The second building, our maintenance department's in there. It's not a whole lot of, they just have hardware and stuff like that. But let's see if my favorite area right here is our testing department. So it's one thing to design stuff and manufacture, but it's another thing to make sure that we're making power. Making sure that the fitment every time we do it is done correctly. Right this way. At one time we had all 5 of these filled with dynos. So trike dynos, UTV dynos, all the mapping we do here in house. But a lot of these rooms have changed to like suspension testing, wheel testing, and this is where we house all our fleet of bikes. A lot of these bikes need to be broken in when we buy them. So I have the unfortunate job of breaking them in. Yeah. Have our full electronics team. So we have the people who build it, but then we also have the people who develop all the software in here as well. Hey, come on in. So like all the coding for the programs are all done right here. Yeah. Hey, June.
As we get closer to the end of the tour, I wanted to remind you guys to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel, and leave any questions or comments in the section below.
Yeah, so this is what we call our great room. If you'll notice, when you come into any type of conference room, they're named after like specific drag racing or courses. So this one's Pomona, and then it's outfitted with different like leathers or product that we have, stuff that we've won.
We've come to the end of the tour now, and I wanted to take this moment to thank Rob for giving us the exclusive tour of this amazing company. We have learned so much, and I loved everything about it, and I saved the best part for last. I'm going to be trying out their new performance exhaust system and limited edition breast cancer awareness air intake on my Lowrider ST, and I'll be taking it out to the racetrack to test it out soon. So remember, hit that subscribe button and come back for more videos. Thanks for watching.